Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the biggest Muppet in the world. Welcoming you to the channel. All right, hope everybody's having a good day. Today we have another special guest who's been on the channel a few times now. One of my favorites, Daniel from Embrace the Suck 21. How you doing, bud?
What's going on, man? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How are you guys out there? Where I
We're
just
doing
left,
good. We're doing good. Glad you
dude.
could visit the Dinosaur State for a few days.
Man, yeah. Thankfully, I've seen Jurassic Park, a lot of them, a couple times, so I knew what to do. I
Yeah.
knew what to do. Don't make a lot of movement in the tall grass. Don't go in the tall grass, and
And don't go anywhere near fresh water.
never. It's wild, man. It's wild because I know that people were asking me on our Brew and Banters on our channel, if we were going to meet up, and I'm like, Florida's so massive. Florida is so massive that it's about a 4-hour trip from where you are to where I was,
Yes.
and that's something what I just you don't notice that. Like I was thinking about this the other day, man. I don't think I've ever just straight up visited Florida before. I've always
Really?
passed through. I might have gone to Miami once by accident, but like
Uh-huh.
I've never like visited. Never like set a week aside and just gone through Florida. So that to me was interesting. And it's a different world, man. I know from where I was to where you are, completely different world.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's dude,
It's got a
different.
lot of the same terrain and environments, but
I mean, flat, just flat,
yeah,
flat,
everywhere's flat.
dude.
We'll
There's some
probably be underwater here in about 30 or 40 years.
God, man. Oh my God, no. But I was on the golf side. If for those of you across the pond, know that's one more hop, skip over a little peninsula, and yeah, there's the Gulf. That's where I was. So I hung out on the beach on the Gulf a lot, and yeah,
Yeah.
George, George, dude, it's because my bloodline, man. George, why is blue whiter than no? I have Hispanic blood.
It's probably the lighting too. This lighting
Oh,
makes me look with the white fluorescent lighting going on, it makes me look
lighting.
like Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah, lighting is the bane of my existence. You know.
Yeah.
But no,
So how
it's
long did you go to Florida for?
so I was there for about a week, from Wednesday to
Okay.
yesterday. Yeah, I got home yesterday, and man, it's a whole different level of pace. I see why it's so appealing. I see why you went down there. I mean, I know why you went down there, but I see why you stayed down there. Does that make sense?
It does,
It's,
yeah.
it's
Yeah.
so different, man. It's so different. Everything's the more laid back. Granted, where I was, um, is a big hotspot for the older people. There's no youth movement where I was. It's all like Venice, uh, in near Sarasota. So it's all like
Okay.
these huge gated communities with more so older people.
Yes, there is a lot of gated communities down here, even where I
Yeah,
am.
yeah,
And it
man.
doesn't just contain old people. Like there's a lot of gated communities that have young people. It's kind of a thing down here.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like
I
sectionalized, like just I don't know, like
yeah,
neighborhoods.
I would imagine that it's to keep the gators out,
Yeah, yeah.
but the gators can climb walls too. So I guess
Uh,
who knows? Who knows what
yeah.
that's all about? Did
I
you see a
mean,
lot of roundabouts too?
I I saw some, but they were avoided. like 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 over here in Maryland, we love roundabouts. Man, we just we sprinkle them in because insurance money, all that good stuff. They're like, yeah, let's watch the world burn. Over there, people get to a roundabout and like, let's just go first right. Let's just make that quick one and make like a DC U turn and get away from the whole area of
Yeah.
a freaking roundabout. But man, I was the one thing I was so shocked about is we were in the rural neighborhoods, right? And not in the glades, nowhere near the Everglades. Okay. And the amount of wildlife I saw blew my mind. And it wasn't like a little bit. It was like, okay, I look over here in this like little, I don't know what it is, like a canal. There's a gator there, over there. There's a gator there. And then there's these old people just walking dogs. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're walking bait in front of these dinosaurs. You saw what happened to the goat in Jurassic Park. What do you think is going to happen? What do you
Yeah.
think is going to happen? It was insane. So not just gators. I didn't know you guys over there had armadillos.
Yes. Yes.
What in the holy Darwin is that? It's like a armored leprosy rat. Like, because they carry leprosy.
Yeah.
I was like, what? What is that? Oh my god. Anyway, I
Yeah.
saw it and I didn't know what it was. I was like, maybe the coffee's not hitting, maybe the sun. I'm like, what is that plated demon thing? And it has a tail and everything. It looks like a anyway, that's wild. I'm so glad they're that small, because if they were bigger, they would probably take over. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it looks like one of the aliens that comes out of the egg in Alien, but with if you put a pig's face on it.
Yeah, and I'm just
That's what it looks like.
Freaking weird, man. So freaking weird. So like in the morning, I would just basically walk around the community, and I would get maybe within 3 feet of a gator, and and the gator doesn't care because I don't have a dog, and just looking at me like dead eyed. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna keep moving. Like I can run. Yeah, I was like, I never got near the water though. They were always just out. I'm just, what the hell is this?
Yeah, you usually catch them. I mean, they're excellent hunters, but if one of them manages to get hungry enough, it will try a person. But it will usually try to go after a smaller person, like a child or something.
Yeah. No, but it was pretty crazy because the canals around where I was staying, it's been pretty dry there, which is weird. I didn't think of a water table in Florida. I thought you guys were at the water table. I thought you had to just dig. I mean, I thought planting plants in your flower bed would poke a hole in Florida. But no. But it's pretty crazy, man. It's the whole Florida, man. If anyone wanted to come to the US and experience what the fuck, come to Florida, because it's everywhere. It's just it's so different, man. I'm jealous.
If I had to compare it to somewhere else in the world, it's kind of like sort of like a smaller version of Australia in a way.
I would say so. I would say so.
Just flat though, but yeah.
Yeah, because it's just the wildlife, man. It blows my mind. I wasn't ready. Not even just the people. Like, there's so many different things I wanted to experience, and it's a squirrel in a bad mood. There you go. Yeah. No. What was I gonna say? The when I went in I flew into Sarasota Airport. I'm like looking around. I'm like, okay, what is Florida sending out? What are these wackadoos look like? Because everyone sees Florida Man everywhere. It's like a mass producer of Florida Man is Florida. So when I got to the airport, my eyes were open. I'm like looking around and, man, what the hell? What the hell, man? You guys, they fly too. And
it really depends where you're at. There's some nice areas in Florida.
Yeah.
But in order to see proper Florida Man, you really got to go out to a much more rural area. I always tell people when they visit Florida, stay along the coast, and if you go anywhere beyond 5 miles inland, what's that movie called? The Hills Have Eyes type of shit.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We didn't venture too far inland, because that's where all, like you just said, the country is, the good old boys in the middle of the country. And But you see them in the airports, man. I'm just like, where'd you come from? Where the hell did like you're about to get shipped out somewhere? Where are you going? Like I wanted to ask these people with like the cutoff sleeves and the super long like what is it the ponytail with like the bald spot right there, and it's just like dyed different colors. I'm like, where are you going, bro? Where's your destination? Like, like I hope it's out of the country so you can just tell everyone. You know, just
Yeah.
because it's just I don't know, man. It's different. It's a different pace. I loved it. I loved it. I would highly recommend Florida. I mean, people think of Florida as like the land of Disney World, right? Disney World, SeaWorld, stuff like that. But it's or Miami. Each big
Yeah.
city is so different than the other. It's just
it really is. Yeah, like St. Augustine feels like you're in like an old colonial city.
Yeah.
Jacksonville is kind of like if you were in a small city in Tennessee. Miami is if you took like Baltimore and parked it in the middle of Cuba.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's wild. That's a very good observation because every city is way different from the next one.
Way different because
And we got quite a few of them.
So when I flew into Sarasota, like I've flown into Miami before, right? Miami's different. The airport's completely different. But Sarasota's one is like super nice, just very chill, very relaxed, not a very heavily traveled airport. Whereas Miami is like you got to speak Spanish. You got to speak Spanish in Miami. That's a huge thing.
Yeah. Walking the streets of Miami, you probably hear more Spanish than you do English.
Yep.
Actually,
Yep.
I went to a couple.
Oh yeah.
I went to a couple Miami Heat games there, and every time I walk around Miami, I hear more Spanish than English.
Yeah. No, they need the signs in the storefronts. Se habla inglés, and it's like that. I mean, yes. Does this establishment speak English? So that's nice. That's nice. But I mean, Florida in general, man, it was amazing. You guys create the sun essentially down there. Like I walked out onto the beach my first day. I got sunburnt on my feet, dude. What the hell?
Yes, that's the most neglected area, right?
What?
Or the top of your head.
Oh,
I spray and I get really bad sunburn, so I make sure I spray the top of my head because if you think the hair protects it, it doesn't. You gotta, if you don't, you're gonna end up with flaky, scabby skull.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it looks like my arms got skin grafted. Like it's so bad. I went out there. I was like, I don't need it's 10 a.m. I don't need any sunscreen. I can just walk on the beach, say hello to the water, dip out, and run back. Nope, sun tagged me. Someone's just waiting there. Oh my god! But the feet, sunburn on the feet. Get out. That's stupid. Shouldn't happen. Sun's a clown for that. I could do without it for a long time. And I get back here. The Maryland sun is nothing compared to what you guys have there. It's different. It's so different.
Whoops. This is the one I wanted to put up. Yeah.
It's the largest crime state over there. You look at it. Yeah. That makes sense. You got a lot of.
It's very true. You know how many New Yorkers are in this state now? It's I don't know if you ran into any New Yorkers.
Oh my god!
But in my particular town, because it was like voted in a magazine the most like desirable town to live in the entire state of Florida in some magazine, it's just exploded. Wow. And over half of the new people that arrived here are from New York.
Oh my god, sue them.
And I hate them.
Yeah, I hate them. Sue that magazine, dude.
I hate them. And it's not that I have a problem with people from New York, but it's the ones that have moved down here, they have this mindset that they made it to Florida, so somehow they have bought this luxurious lifestyle where they now need to be catered to in every type of way possible. It's just I can't stand it. I just want to put them all on a boat and just send them north.
Yeah, or keep sending them south. Like, hey, nice, keep going, just keep going, just pass through. Go. Cuba's right across the Gulf. You can make it. My thing is when I was just I my father introduced me to playing pickleball. Apparently, that's a sport.
Pickleball?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
That's a
yeah.
massive sport. I didn't know what it was, and somebody was like, "Here, play this," and I'm like, "Oh, so it's basically ping pong, but for like adults." And I
Yep.
loved it. I loved it. I was like, "Okay, okay, I can rock with it. I can rock with it." I didn't know this sport existed. It sounded like a condiment. It was ridiculous, but I loved it. It was great. It was great. Anyway, playing pickleball, I heard the thickest New Jersey accent. Like New Jersey is, I guess, where everyone came from when in that little area, because it was like Bob's Burgers, like thick, just New Jersey accent. And I was like, oh,
Hmm.
it just riled something up in me. But
New Jersey.
New Jersey, oh
What is this one from New Yorkers said it in Nationwide? If you fuck me, I'm gonna fuck you twice. If you fuck me a third time, I'm gonna fuck you again. So you fuck.
wasn't that an Alan
That's definitely.
Murray?
Oh
Did Alan Murray
yeah,
say that?
yeah. I was wondering why that sounded familiar. Thank you, George.
Yeah, it was the perfect interpretation of a New Yorker. Like, I love that, man. But
Yeah,
no,
it's just so bad. Like the ones that have come here in the last year or two are because there's a lot of New Yorkers that have been here for quite some
yeah,
time, and the new New Yorkers are pissing off the old New
yeah,
Yorkers because they're like, no, you did not buy a luxurious lifestyle. You just moved, okay, and now you got to
yep.
act like a normal person like everyone else, and
There,
it's like and they think they're tough people that like you probably heard somebody from New York say like I'm from Brooklyn or something like I'm not
yeah,
scared of nothing like oh yeah well I'm from Baltimore like it can't get any tougher or worse than that.
no, no. Next
So
step is like Gotham.
saying you're from Queens or Brooklyn that
Doesn't
doesn't mean
mean
shit
nothing.
to me.
And then they see the wildlife. Okay, like if the biggest thing you have to
Yeah,
worry
they go
about is
swimming in the
rats,
fucking freshwater. It's like you dumbass.
what are you doing? There's about to be a freaking T-Rex on your ankle, dude. Like,
Yeah.
like I don't know, man. But there's so many snowbirds, lots of snowbirds. And I mean, we went down to their little area, their little gated community, and like 90% of the homes were vacant. And I'm just like, where's everyone? It's like everyone
Yes.
here is,
And it's all the
80
nice
plus.
houses.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
the nice houses are empty. Like a lot of rich people have houses down here that they only stay in for like 2 or 3 weeks out of the year.
Man.
It's
And
wild.
it's wild. Golf carts everywhere. Golf carts, main mode of transportation in Florida.
In the
Um,
neighborhoods, yes.
in the neighborhoods, yep. Um, and let's
As
see.
if people can't be lazy enough.
Yeah, golf carts. Golf carts. I mean, I've never owned one, had one, been around, or maybe been around one once. Drive like golf courses and stuff. But like they don't use them for golf. They use them for transportation within the neighborhood. And
Hmm?
it's just these clubs. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Um, let's see what else could I pull away. I mean, I highly recommend Florida, man. Like it's just awesome. It's amazing. Like, and I saw
Can't beat
that.
the weather.
No, you can't. You can't. Well,
If
the
you like
rain.
warm weather, if you don't like warm weather, it's probably not for you. But
Oh yeah, 100%. Don't. At least where I was, it wasn't that humid. It got up there. It got up there. It got up there like 84 maybe, but
here's a
it
good question
was.
for you because you know about the Maryland summers that can be just
Yeah.
swelling. What would you think that a summer in Florida would be hotter or a summer in Maryland?
Summer Maryland would be hotter. 100% hotter. And I'll tell you why. Because at least Florida reaches a humidity point and then it just pours down rain for 10 minutes and then you're back to good. Maryland, that humidity stays for the whole day, maybe week. So
Mhm.
that's something that's so different is the humidity. It's the humidity in Maryland. There's no relief because at least in Florida you have a real chance of it just thunderstorming for a good 5-10 minutes and then gone, and that's it was something that blew my mind too, how many times it rained for like 5 minutes and brought the temperature down and everything. I was like, okay, cool, I dig it.
It's actually been raining quite often down here too.
Really?
There was a couple times I was supposed to go on a boat with my friend Captain Quintana, who's appeared in a couple videos in the past, and we had to cancel because of how much rain happened on those days.
Yeah.
One day we actually just went out and said, fuck it, we're going anyway, and then it literally rained around us and actually didn't hit us. So that was pretty cool.
And that's something that happens in Florida too, that people were telling me. Like, it could be perfectly sunny on your side of the street. Over there, they're having a bad time. Just a couple feet away, it'll just dump. It'll just dump on a different neighborhood for no reason.
Yep.
It's weird.
Or sometimes the cloud will just park in one spot and rain there all day.
Yep. And everywhere else is fine.
Yeah.
It's so different, man. It's so different because up here, like you can see the storm coming in. The storm clouds rolling in. You're like, okay, get ready. It's about to storm. Florida, you're like, it could, or it couldn't. Or who knows? Who knows? That's a storm that's going to miss Florida and go right up to Georgia. Like, where is it going? Who knows? Oh, God.
What was your favorite part of Florida on this trip?
Man, honestly, it would have to be the beach, man. It just, Florida beach is different. And I'll put it, let me see. The Gulf Beach, I do like that. If you're down for like a chiller vibe of a beach where it's not pounding you with waves, right? Gulf is chilled out. I love the beaches. Nope.
Can't beat the beach. I remember when I first moved down here, I spent 5 days a week at the beach because I didn't work right away when I moved down here. I took like a lot of time off.
Yeah.
Once I moved down here, so I was at the beach like 5 days a week.
I mean,
just by myself. I didn't go to because I didn't know anybody yet down here.
Yeah.
So,
but that's very like that's what everyone does. It's awesome. Florida life is so different. It's just it forces you to be active. Like I don't think I met one lethargic person in Florida. They were all doing something. I mean, unless they were just stuck in their house not doing nothing. But I didn't visit every house, but for the most part, everyone was moving.
Yeah.
What
was the water like on the Gulf side? Was it clear?
It was pretty clear. Okay. I thought we were gonna have a lot more. They were gonna have a lot more seaweed because of that sargassum craziness that's coming. But it was very, very, very clear. We saw dolphins and sharks, and it's like we saw dolphins and sharks. Like what? Yeah, great.
Yeah.
It's like I'm in this weird ass movie with all the wildlife.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I think I got a distress signal. Hold on.
No worries. So, yes, I will hold it down. Well, hello, everyone. Much love.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was Nora. Whenever she comes scratching to get in, that means it's storming outside. So as if on cue, a storm arrives.
Hey, there you go.
Here in Florida.
Yes.
So if we start getting a little bad quality here or it goes out, I apologize for that.
No worries, man. That's my life is bad signal, bad connection. Yeah, I got you. Don't worry. Just blame it on me. And then like, right. Damn it, Daniel. Just end it. But
it's pretty wild because even with because I got the fiber internet now, and even now that I have it, I still every once in a while have internet problems, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I finally got the fiber internet that's supposed to be like the perfect internet, and it's still having problems. So
well, I mean, nothing is.
You can't do anything about it.
No, you can only do the most you can. But no, I mean, what about how is living there? Like that's like our routines a lifesaver. Like this is because up in Maryland it's so different. It's so different. I know that you mentioned it before when we had one of our talks, like, but I never really understood how different Florida is from Maryland. It's crazy.
It's very different. Yes. That's it. Like, I love Maryland, but I'm never going back.
Yeah. Don't blame me.
I mean, the big thing is I have quick access to the beach, which is one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
When I first moved down here, the tax difference between Maryland and Florida is huge.
Yeah.
The bad part about living in Florida, though, the cost of housing is high.
Okay. That sucks.
And you don't get as much square foot for your dollar.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, because most of the houses compared to places in Maryland are actually much smaller. And most of the time you only have one floor.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't, you know what? You brought that up. Yeah, 100%. I didn't see a lot of 2 stories here in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I noticed.
They are here, but if you have 2 floors in your house, it's kind of a luxury.
Yeah, or that's a temporary until the next hurricane. You want something low profile, wide, something that cuts the wind, that cuts into the wind. Got it.
Yeah.
But it's it's just interesting, man. It was just an interesting pace, and it was nice. It was very nice to unplug from Maryland. I see how someone from Maryland could make it moving to Florida. I don't see anyone from Florida moving to Maryland and making it. That's a different pace.
Yeah. No, nobody from Florida moves anywhere.
No.
If you're from the state, you usually stay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard of the people I know down here that were born and raised here their entire.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Nora. I can't save you. It's the storm. You do this every time. I can't save you from the storm, buddy.
Oh, no.
You can barely see her face, but she's trying to climb up on me. But you got to get down, bud.
Nice.
But yeah,
Nice.
the people from Florida do not move anywhere else, and usually if they do, they come back.
Yeah. Yeah. It's the pace. I think it's the pace. It's the hustle and bustle. It's like, you have that in the cities in Florida. You have the hustle and bustle in the cities. You have that grind. You have that grind in the cities. But when you get to the rural kind of suburbia, you're a little past suburbia, yeah, there's no grind mentality. Everyone's just in their own world on their own pace. And it's super nice. Oh, no. Oh, my God. What happened?
It's a zoo in here now.
What happened? Your dog's satelliting. What happened?
Oh, she got snipped.
Oh, no.
Yeah. All right, you're up here. Come on.
Oh,
I'm going to put you up here, too. Come here.
Poor dog.
Come here. Come here.
Oh, no.
Come here. Come here. Come here. All right, it's dog land.
Wow.
And now Jane's trying to mess with Nora, which is probably what she needs. So you might. Oh,
there you go.
Yeah, she's not having it, Jane. You better relax.
Oh my goodness.
It's funny. They play all the time.
Right? That's an easy shot.
They play all the time, but then Nora, like when Nora's done and doesn't want to do anymore, she'll let out something like that, and Jane goes, "Oh shit."
I love that. Oh man, but no, it's nice, man. I think that's my next move for my pup. I think we're going to get him. It's tough. We're going to get him neutered. Oh, that's a tough one. I want to have to take.
Yeah, it's worse. It's worse for a girl dog.
Oh, I bet.
Because they literally got to go inside.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh no,
it's much worse. But Jane's, she's actually on like she's probably going to have the cone on just for like another day or two just to be safe because with the incision on her stomach is actually healed up pretty nice.
Oh, nice, man.
So
nice.
Brian is 5'13".
There you go.
Says fake your death.
Love that. Love that. 5'13".
That's actually almost accurate. It would be 5'14" because I'm 6'2". So
there you go. Oh man. Yeah, George. Do you do a Route 66? Interesting. Like a trip across the country? Mm-hmm. Make sure you have a long vacation. That's for damn sure.
Why did I highlight licking other balls? I have no idea.
I don't know, but I mean it's great. Great to have that on the on the screen though for a little bit. It's like I can highlight this stuff. Yes. Like just in case anyone needed to know what I saw. But it's no, by the way, I'm glad you're doing it on this this platform. It's nice. Thank you. It's so much
As
better.
Wonky Eyebrow with the super chat. Thank you very much. Follow both of you on YouTube. Fun reaction vids.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Much love.
Very kind of you.
But I don't know, man. I don't know when I'll be back. I think we might do the snowbird trip as a family. Okay. We might be driving to Florida, same place of Florida, but for Christmas. Okay. Down there, we might decorate a palm tree or something. You know, I don't know what you guys do down there. It's different for Christmas.
No, it's pretty much the same. Queen Boomer actually had up she had up her Christmas tree for like 2 straight years.
Oh, very nice.
She just was like, it took me forever to put it up. I'll be damned if I'm taking it down.
It
was just there.
It's more of a holiday tree at that point. Just decorate it for different holidays. Yeah. Oh my God. Decorating the
How was that experience seeing that alligator walking down the sidewalk in that little video you put up on Instagram?
Man, it was surreal. It was surreal because I saw the little tiny one and I'm like, oh, they just got tiny ones here. And then I like walk past it and there's this freaking prehistoric beast just owning the freaking crabgrass. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna walk in a safe distance. And I'm like dusting off those memories, right? I'm just like, okay, so a top speed for an alligator is 30 miles an hour out of the water, but what if it's sunbathing? What's top speed? And I'm like, come on, Steve Irwin, come back to me. Like, give me those memories. Like, I stopped paying attention when he got to alligators. He just did crocodiles. So I was like, what is the average speed? And I didn't want to find out. But I'm pretty sure I could have outran him scared than I could normally.
Mm-hmm.
You know, or, I mean, if...
Yeah, I don't know. If you ever seen a video of an alligator running...
Yeah.
It's faster than we are, man.
Or you attack. You know, so it's like, that's the
thing. Fuck off, dude. You ain't winning a fight with that thing.
No, I just
That's
don't
like
know.
When I tell people as a joke, I'm like, listen, if you're driving down the road and you look out the window and you see me fighting a bear, you better pull over, get out, and help the bear.
Yeah, there you go.
There's no way you're winning against the bear. That thing will smack you across the lawn like you're a goddamn celery stick.
One hit is all you need, and then you're out. You're out.
Yeah.
And I didn't know Florida had bears. They have bears too. So it's like mountain lions,
black bears, yes.
Or what you guys call them, pumas, because there's really no mountains. So
Florida Panthers, yes.
Panthers, yeah, because there's no mountain lions. So they can't be mountain lions. But so I don't know if I was that close to an alligator and it started charging me. Those are the 2 options. Try to run like Scooby Doo, Kathy, like Scooby Doo, or is give it the people's elbow and you'll hear about me on the news. Like I don't know, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. That's the only 2 options. If it's not going to be intimidated, you know, you just have to show who's boss. Do the Crocodile Dundee thing. But no, there's so many freaking animals in Florida. It's what's crazy. It's like the animals don't even give a shit about humans. They're like, oh, I see what you did.
No.
We've been here for a long time. We'll just wait a little bit longer, and you guys will all be gone. So,
That's a great comment right there, Michael. Thank you for that.
Yes, yes. I even love how like the clothing in Florida is sold with SPF values. I'm like, what? Yes.
Yeah,
my,
yeah, it
my
is.
shirt is SPF 50 or SPV 50. I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, I love that. Because I mean, Florida has problems that I didn't even think I needed to worry about. Watch this. Like, watch out, look out for the sun. Is more of a cautionary tale. It's like, no, we're saying this because it's there. Watch out, it'll get you. It's not in Maryland. It's a thing that lights our day, but in Florida, it's trying to erase you from the earth. And so it's like, okay, it's completely different.
Yeah, I think the most dangerous thing in Maryland is
Deer.
I mean, there's probably bears out in the western part of Maryland.
Yeah.
I know there's bobcats. I actually saw a bobcat in Maryland one time.
That's
It was kind
crazy.
of scary.
That's crazy. No, I think deer are still the most dangerous animal.
Like, probably because you can't avoid them.
You hit them. I didn't see one deer. Saw lots of everything else. Saw otters. What the fuck? Otters?
You saw otters?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We have otters in Florida too.
What the hell, man?
And those things are one of the toughest. Yeah, they fight off alligators. The alligators don't want to fuck with them.
Yeah,
because the thing with otters is if you mess with one, you're messing with like 12.
Yes,
because they're very pack-oriented social creatures.
And it's weird. It's weird. Like you see, like you look over in the canals, and there's just a bunch of freaking otters and alligators and random ass like the alligator snapping turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Those freaking things. Yeah, those are huge. What happened with them? Yeah. What happened with them? Like they need their own TV show. Like those things are crazy. And and speaking of craziness, did you know swamp people came up with the snake people? That's based in Florida. They're hunting. Yeah, they're hunting pythons now in Florida.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they will actually pay you to hunt pythons here in the Everglades.
Hashtag it, guys.
Wild shit.
Let's do it. Let's do it. You and me. You and me. You and me.
I mean, I would honestly like.
Well, gators.
Because the pythons are an invasive species. They're not supposed to be here.
No.
So you can kill as many as you want, but the gators, I would. Because I don't know if you tried gator bites down here.
Yes. No, I've had gator bites before, but not this trip.
Okay. But they're very good, and ever since because I only just started eating that recently. Ever since I discovered them, I'm like, man, I'm not a hunter, but man, that makes me want to hunt some gator because it was delicious.
Dude, well, let me know. We'll just buy a small boat and head out to the glades and hunt pythons.
One of those airboats. Yeah.
Just for Bobby Boucher airboats. Like no.
And you know a Florida man's going to be driving that boat for you.
Oh, 100%, because we'll get lost. But my thing is these I was watching it like in the middle of the night, just trying to go to sleep, and I saw these fools are getting out of their boats and just walking through the freaking Everglades looking for like boas, and are you kidding me? You know what lives in the Everglades too? Everything else. Like everything else shares a space in the Everglades.
You know, it's funny you mention that because that's actually not true anymore because most of the animals that live in the Everglades is almost exclusively alligators and pythons because the pythons have eaten everything.
Really?
So they've really fucked up the ecosystem in the Everglades because there's almost nothing left. There's pythons eating alligators in the Everglades now and vice versa. It's like a never-ending war between the two species.
I heard someone like released a couple freaking anacondas in the Everglades, and I'm like, that's brilliant. It's turning into the Wish.com Amazon, like rainforest, not the shipping company.
Yeah, there's actually a misconception about it because people think that just like a bunch of rednecks went like, I don't want to take care of these goddamn snakes anymore. So go have fun in the Everglades, my little slithery friend. No, that's not
And
what
they,
happened.
no,
There was a hurricane in the 90s. I think it was Andrew,
yeah,
where
yep.
there was this, uh, I guess, like snake research facility or something. It
Makes
was
sense.
either that or like some
It
kind of
always sucks
animal
at every circus.
sanctuary, and it got destroyed, and they all got out, and eventually they just started
And,
breeding like crazy and
and
taking
they
over the
they
entire
killed
area.
it. They killed it. The survival game,
Hmm.
they killed it. They're on top, man. They're doing
Yeah.
great. They're
There's
doing
something
just
like that
great.
happening in the waters too around here, especially in the Caribbean. There's a type of fish called a lionfish, and
Isn't that the poisonous one?
yeah, it's the one with the barbs all stick. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful fish, but it's like the ones with the barbs all sticking out, and nothing can eat them because they got the barbs are poisonous.
And so now
But
that's a huge thing. That's
yeah,
terrifying.
because they eat anything that fits in their mouth, so they're eating all of the small fish that back up the ecosystem down here, and it's killing all the reefs.
Yeah,
So,
it's
and
wild,
it's
man.
unlike the alligator, the lionfish is quite a beautiful fish. Like,
Yeah.
but that's another thing, they will pay you to hunt lionfish down here too.
Let's do it.
You got to go down and spearfish them because they're at the bottom always. But
Spearfish and bow hunting. That right there, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that, man. Just look, 2024.
I've actually never spearfished before, and I'm not a fishing kind of guy or a hunting kind of guy, but spearfishing,
That
I might
to
give that a
me,
try.
that
But
to me is different.
but the dangerous thing is if you're spearfishing, that you're almost guaranteed to attract sharks because
Yeah.
of the blood that comes out of the fish when you spear it.
You need javelin.
And they're going to come by and be like, "What's going on here?"
Fuck that. I'm not just a little tiny spear. No, I need a big. I need something like broadsword fishing.
As Queen Boomer would say, they show up and they shark around and eat things.
Yeah. I mean, you can't blame them. You're basically holding up their food on a fork, and you are food as well. So it's it's a twofer. How do we? I don't know if we have adders. Do we? Probably. Like accountants? No, I'm kidding.
What is adders?
It's like a poisonous snake. Like
Like an asp?
like like an asp, or maybe is it in the viper family? I don't know. But it's
I'm sure we got poisonous snakes down here too.
yeah. No, you guys have the cottonmouths over there. That's a huge thing. Cottonmouths and rattlesnakes. You guys have rattlesnakes too. Yeah. So
yeah, lots of fun.
Lots of fun, man. No, I mean the warning signs are everywhere. Like don't go near the water, and you'll see this.
Hadowitch.
Yeah.
Adder is a common viper. Okay.
Oh, got it. But no, man, it was really lovely, man, being out here.
That's good.
And, I definitely coming back, and I was walking distance to the Braves. I guess stadium, not stadium, but the Atlanta Braves auxiliary stadium, wherever that is.
Oh, the spring training.
That's
where
where
they have spring training. Yeah.
So I was walking distance to that. So that's
there's a lot of major league because half the teams have a spring training facility because half of them are in Florida and the other half are in Arizona.
Yeah, no, that's and I know that the O's sometimes play down here. I think play something. Something happens where a contingent of Orioles, not the bird for everyone, come over here and play a contingent of the Braves.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's definitely not like the A-listers, is it? Like people that go to that stadium are not.
Well, they're filtering. It's basically like tryouts for like the
major leagues
for like 3 or 4 roster spots on the major league.
Got it.
Speaking of the Orioles, how about them right now?
Hey, man,
second best record in baseball, and they're still in second place in the division because of Tampa. Yep. It's pretty wild, man.
It's good.
My dad's really happy about it.
Yeah,
I mean, most of the time they suck.
And that's something else I noticed too, man. You have your Buccaneers sports bars, right? You have your Bucks sports bars, but all the other sports bars I looked at, or I drove past, they just have all the teams. Like you can tell, there's so much influx of people, it's like a melting pot because of the teams that are represented on the walls, like the jerseys that are framed, and they're every team is almost represented on this place's walls. So
Yes.
it's not a one and done. Like you would go to Dallas, everything would be Cowboys. There wouldn't be one other thing on the wall that wasn't Texas based or Dallas based. But where I was, it was everything. And that to me gives me an idea of that everyone goes there. It's a melting pot of fan bases, kind of like the DMV, kind of like we are up here in Maryland. You know?
Yeah, well, I'm not sure the DMV is really a melting pot of fans. I just think that, especially when it comes to football, the Redskins they're not the Redskins anymore, but they were so terrible for so long that an entire generation grew up being like, oh, I don't want to be a fan of that team.
Yeah, no. The only reason you go to that game is to support the other person playing.
Like, yeah, I mean the fans from opposing teams dominate that. Stadium.
Yeah. That's why I'm just like, you look at you go to a Commanders game or a then Redskins game, you look out in the crowd, and I'm like, what? There's so many different jerseys, and even jerseys of teams that aren't even playing. And I'm like, what is going on? There is no fandom. And that's why I love doing this football dive on my channel. It's like, it's so different. So different. Because that's something across the pond you would never see. You either see the football kit or the soccer kit of the guys that are playing, and the people that are whoever's playing, that's it. Those are the only two colors you see. Mm-hmm. Over here, no. Any color goes. It's just like, what is this? What is this Buccaneers jersey doing in a Cowboys Redskins game? Like, what in the world is happening? So that was
yeah, that's a little strange. I went to that playoff game between the Buccaneers and the Cowboys, and it was like half Cowboys fans. I was shocked.
Yeah. Well, that's not. I mean, it is. It is pretty far for them, isn't it? I don't know why.
Yeah, but Cowboys fans are everywhere.
Yeah, that's
true. If you nuke the entire country, a Cowboys fan would crawl out of the rubble and survive.
Yeah, I think they're right up there with the roaches.
Yeah,
you know, like same. They can survive anything. Doesn't matter. Oh my god. But no, I always thought that Texas was a little bit closer to Florida than it was, or than it is.
Did you say far. Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, that shit's far.
Yeah,
that's just
very far. I don't know, but
it's yeah, and I don't know. People tend to forget how big Florida is. Let me see. I'm gonna pull up. I don't know if I can pull it up on this live stream, but let me see. Let me just get a map up here. And look at the size comparison between. Okay, so Florida is like half the size of the entire island of Great Britain, probably.
Wow. Okay.
So,
cool.
Pretty big, man.
Yeah.
Texas is on a whole nother level.
Texas,
though. That state is huge.
Texas.
If we ended up dividing up the United States, like let's say we just went, fuck it, we're all on our own now.
Yeah.
And it all became 50 independent states. 25 of them would be swallowed up by Texas. They would just start invading everybody and take over. And create the Texas Empire.
100%. And I mean that's why they're different. They were one once. I think they were.
I think they're the only state that was officially their own country for the Republic of Texas. For
the Republic of
like
Texas.
10 years or something like that.
It was very quick, but they had their own money, and that was their downfall. They had their own money, and it didn't do nothing outside of Texas. So
they also had the problem of Mexico never really let them go. So they were like, we need to sign up with the U.S. to keep them off our backs.
Yep.
So
that was
Michael, which states have the most people? Well, I think California has the most people.
Yep.
Although that might be changing soon because people are leaving California in droves.
In droves. That's what I heard.
I think around like 3 or 4 million people have left California in the last 2 years, something like that.
Yeah, no, and I think
which is the first time in the history of the state that people are leaving.
Yeah, And you're right, not just a little bit, lots,
Yeah,
lots.
and a lot of them are going to places like going to Texas and Tennessee. I
Yep.
haven't seen I haven't seen anyone in person from California moving to Florida, but I know it's probably happened.
I mean, that's more of a. I mean, not really, actually. I was gonna say that's more of a lateral move, and like at least you're in your climate zone. Tennessee would kind of be ish there,
Yeah, unless you're in
right?
the come from part of California, that could be
Yeah.
that
And,
has a pretty moderate climate.
well, Neil, California has to be one of the most expensive places to live. Has to be, has to be.
Oh yeah,
And it's either getting flooded or in a drought or on fire. And this
yeah.
perpetual
California
cycle.
is, and they it's the most taxed state now. For a long time, it was the state with the highest taxes was Massachusetts, and then
Yeah.
close second was actually Maryland.
Yep.
Believe it or not, or
I believe it.
It was like it went like Massachusetts, Maryland, New York, and over the past few years, California's tax levels have just
Skyrocketed.
raised taxes so high, and I think that's the main reason why a lot of people are like, "Fuck this," and they got out of there.
Yeah, and I don't know, I don't know how they're being received across the board because Californians are just Californians, dude.
Californians are
Just,
different,
just
to say the
different,
least.
man. Oh my god! I mean, there's people that live on the East Coast that I can relate with, and then there's Californians. It's like I can't even.
It's one of those things because like if you're in the United States and you're from a certain state or area, like you can pinpoint what that is. Like I can make fun of New Yorkers and I know exactly who they are. I can make fun of people from the South and know exactly who they are. I can make fun of people from the Midwest, places like Chicago.
Yep.
And but when it's hard to make fun of people from California because you look at them and you're like, what is that? Like, what are you?
Like
they're so different.
So it's a magical thing. When I wish I grew up in a fantasy fairy tale land of gangland violence and tech geniuses. Like
yeah,
what? Like
yeah.
Oh my god. I mean, that's what it is. It's like you got like freaking Oakland. You got all these rappers come up stories, and then you have Bill Gates in them. It's like,
you know what's so wild right now? Because my sister actually lives in Oakland.
Oh yeah,
but she moved out to California like 8 years ago, and she moved to San Francisco because she's a film producer.
Okay,
and she was in New York for a long time, and she wanted to get more into the independent filmmaking area, and she moved out to San Francisco, and it used to be like, don't cross that bridge because then you're in Oakland and it's dangerous over there. She actually moved to Oakland to get away from San Francisco because of how bad San Francisco is now. So think of that. The script is flipped on those two cities. Like, you're better off in Oakland now than you are San Francisco. It's wild how rapid things have changed in certain areas here in the States.
That's wild, man. Because I mean, for a long time, Oakland was like on the History Channel, bro. Like Oakland was like gangland central.
Oakland was worse than Baltimore for quite some time.
You got like a free face tattoo, like to go to Oakland. They were just handing them out.
Yeah.
Good luck. Here's your color. Here you go. Here's your bandana. Go Raiders.
Yeah.
There you
go. Raiders.
Go Raiders.
The Raiders.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God. If you wear a Raiders jersey, I am immediately terrified of you. It's like we were talking about people from New York. Like, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Queens. Like, what does that mean to me? I'm not scared of you. But if you say you're from Oakland, I go, okay. What can I get? What can I get you, sir? That's like the ones. It's like that or Chicago. I'm like, all right. Like, don't hurt me, please.
Well, yeah, it's funny because that you mention it. Philly fans are just ready for a fight. You can fight them, right? Oakland fans don't care if they have to go to prison again for murder. Like, it's different.
You ain't lying.
They're just different. because they have nothing to do because their teams are always trash. So they're just like, we'll just kill. That's it. We're bored.
Yeah.
We'll just kill. So,
It's
freaking
wild,
Oakland.
man.
No, man.
Anything else you experienced in Florida that you feel is noteworthy to talk about?
No, I mean, honestly, I highly recommend Florida. I actually, and I didn't know this. I've been to the Gulf Coast many different times in different states. I went in Mississippi. I've gone in Louisiana, and now Florida. So anywhere on the Gulf Coast is super chill. It's super chill, super quiet. The water's different. I highly recommend. Don't sleep on Gulf Coast beaches. That's my whole thing. You know,
They
that's
are nice.
basically-
Yeah. No, there's not a lot of waves. Nothing.
No,
Yeah.
no. But
It's almost
but-
like being on a lake sometimes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's just a big ass lake. But I loved it, man. I can't wait to get back into go back there and visit there. But Florida is awesome. For anyone that wants to experience what the hell is going on, go to Florida and ask yourself that too. Just remember, Gators, you can hold up with the road flare, throw the road flare, right? Jurassic Park moves, throw the road flare, don't run, don't move. I mean, watch Jurassic Park before you go to Florida. Do yourself a favor. Yep.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the Keys?
Yes, but I only went to the Keys on a cruise ship. I've only done that route. That's my only experience with the Keys, and they're gorgeous. They hold their own. Like Keys are not Florida to me. Keys are the Keys. Like I don't know, man. You go to the Bahamas and it's all different. Keys are part of them, part of that cruise trip. I can't believe you can drive to the Keys. Like, get out of here.
That drive is awesome too. I love making that drive.
I bet.
It's not fun if you have like a fear of bridges, which some people do have.
Yeah.
A lot of people are intimidated by the Chesapeake Bay Bridge in Maryland.
Yeah, that's a wild one. It took me a minute. It took me a minute to get used to that, But the but yeah, the freaking I don't mind bridges. I think they're great. Because then I look at to see like, okay, let's see if the bridge collapses, I can hang on to that car. That one might float. I already have my my backup plan. But no, I would love to do that. How far are the Keys from where you are?
It depends because there's like an hour and a half long stretch of Keys you can go to. But
yeah,
so if you go to one of the ones further close to the main land of Florida, then it's probably like 3 hours. But if you're trying to go to Key West, it's probably four and a half. What
I don't like is that you're still within the U.S. and confined by. There's no international waters. You know what I mean? Like it's still U.S. U.S. rules apply. You're not international. So I would hate to give it the appearance of some tropical Bahamian paradise, and it's just actually it's part of Florida. Like, excuse me, it shouldn't be. That thing should be neutral. But yeah. But yeah, man. No, listen, man. I really appreciate you having me on your channel again, man.
Anytime, man.
I need to get you on the podcast soon again, just to shoot the shit.
Yeah, definitely. Or a Bruin banter sometime.
Bruin banter. Anytime you're up. Usually Bruin banters work better because you're awake then. Barely, but you're still awake.
Yeah, I've actually been getting up earlier. I'm trying to train myself for the upcoming baby that's gonna change our lives forever.
100%, man. The sleep, dude. I don't even know how to. I don't know even how to begin to approach that. Like the sleep.
There's no preparing for that.
No, there's not.
Even though I'm trying, it's useless.
Well, what I'll do is I'll just give you a call every 2 hours. You keep your phone on loud. On loud. Put it between the both of you, and I'll just call every 2 hours. All right. And
speaking of that, I think Queen Boomer wants to do some type of live stream upcoming, not like a long one, but a short one, just a kind of like a gender reveal type of thing.
Cool, man.
because we already know.
Oh, nice.
But I'm not going to say anything on
Don't
here.
say
But
nothing.
she's been talking about making like a short appearance in a live stream to reveal if it's a boy or girl. So
hell yeah,
perhaps that will happen sometime soon.
There you go.
And for everyone else who follows the channel, I'm gonna try tonight to get, even though it's gonna take a long time, I'm gonna try to get the World's End movie reaction up on the channel for tomorrow.
Nice.
Can't guarantee anything though, because editing those takes forever.
And I commend you. I commend you on the time you put in, man. For real, man. Like,
those are the worst, because those literally take anywhere from 6 to 10 hours to do.
That's insane. And that's why I love doing the football videos, because they just get blocked. So that's it. It's amazing. Like I watch videos. I go to
sucks,
YouTube,
man.
And it's just like blocked. I'm like, cool, good talk. But yeah, no, I have a list of all these individual freaking people I'm checking out on the channel.
Yeah.
and it's like 1 out of the 4 I've gone through, or 2 out of the 4 I've gone through.
Damn, that sucks, man.
I'm like, all right, here we go. Let's just keep shooting shots at goal, pun intended. And
when you put all the work in to get a reaction out and then it just gets blocked like that. But at a ratio that you're talking about, it's got to be infuriating.
It is, and it is. That's why I do my Bruin Banters. That's why I'm like, Arias and the Nation will be Bruin Banter Central. That's my little TV show, basically.
It's like I actually, because they had the cheese rolling race in the UK recently.
Yeah.
Which I'd love to watch. Jane, lay down. We're almost done. But she's had enough. She wants attention. But I did one reaction video to the cheese rolling race and it got blocked. And I was like, really? Because it was just like camera footage from like somebody's like, I don't know. It looked like cell phone footage. I don't know.
Oh man. No, it's annoying. It's infuriating. What can we do? Such is life.
You can't do anything about it.
Yeah. But anyway, man, I really,
if they just put a claim up, I would have that like just says like any ad revenue goes to them. I just want to put it up. I'm like, all right, fine.
Like that's the thing. I wish we could just be like, bro, just don't monetize it. Just take the money. Just let me put it up. Yeah,
just take the money. Yeah.
Simple. Yeah. And no Arsenal players had a wish. Exactly, 100%. They always get blocked. In fact, I'm starting this thing that Arsenal, the team Arsenal, is just waiting to block my shit. They're in the bushes. I do an Arsenal check every morning around the house to make sure I can get videos out. They're that bad. But anyway. But yeah, man.
All right. Well, that about wraps it up for us today. I tried to, it was kind of short notice, but I tried to get JPS on here too. Joel, you guys know JPS.
Yeah.
I really want to talk to him because he's actually been to the UK, so he's probably got a lot to talk about.
Saw that vlog, some of his vlogs about it. It's interesting. I would love to pick his brain,
Yes, and he seems like an incredibly nice guy, and I found out he's from Maryland too.
Hey, Maryland for the win!
And his PO box address is in
it's right up the road.
In the same town that I was born.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Literally, probably down the street from where I was born. So it really is a small world.
He's very local, very local. It's very local. But
I can't wait to find out what high school you went to.
Oh, probably up there. Probably yours.
Maybe if it's in Brookville.
Yours. Probably yours, man. But we'll get that done. Yes, Simon, and I will have Midwest Americans on the podcast as well. I will have them on. They reached out, and I want to have them on the podcast at some point.
Casper. Thank you, Casper. I appreciate that.
Huzzah, Casper. Well done. All right. Well, I'm gonna hop off. I got to do some father stuff, which is a valid excuse. You'll get that.
I'll be experiencing that too. Yeah, very soon.
All right, man.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on, and I can't wait to have you on the next time, Dana. Okay.
Of course, man. Anytime.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching, and y'all have a wonderful night. Yes. Hopefully, I can get the World's End reaction up tomorrow for you guys, but I can't guarantee anything because it takes forever.
Yeah.
But hopefully, I'll not sleep and get it done tonight for you guys.
Don't sleep.
All right. Peace out, everybody. Have a great night. See ya.
Later, guys.